parliamentary initiative in itself would be 50% of the work done, that a referendum that would result from that initiation by Parliament would therefore be only 50% of the work. Do you think that the current political alliance between the President and the ODM leadership is able to marshal support in one way or another at this time for a successful referendum?
If it is for popular initiative, there will be a challenge. And that challenge is in marshalling the degree of support that you would really expect to want to underscore threshold of a percentage that will necessitate a positive referendum. Whether through popular initiative or through parliamentary process, this is a matter that will require a popular initiative referendum. And that is why I asked that the courts, and if Kenyans good minding would want to look at the constitution, because we have also not seen very positive traction towards the desire to want to implement the constitution, then we need to, in the event that this goes on the way it is seemingly looking at, then we need to see people going to court to stop the parliamentary process. Of course, yes, it is right that a senator can be able to provide a bill and move forward with the issues, but we go back to the constitution. So in the event that it comes back to a popular initiative, then this government, whether opposition or working together between opposition and the government, will have such a tall order. Of course, given the manner in which politics is being done in this country, Fred, they will get some votes. But I don't think it is going to be a percentage that will be able to really show that Kenyans are supportive of what is happening. And I say this because if you look at post the Gen Z demonstrations, and especially after Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga joined with President William Ruto, there are a few other demonstrations that were gazetted within the Gen Z circles to want to move on. One of those was Saba Saba, then Nane Nane, then Tisa Tisa. And even today, we have also seen calls for certain demonstrations about some of these things. Now, if you look at the demonstrations immediately after June 25th, they were not very successful, both in terms of numbers of those who were mobilized and also the activations or the action. And it's because Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga's supporters came out and said, now we are in government. And if you have metal and you have strength and power, tukutane mashinani, tukutane.
So any possible government referendum which has a support of the government will definitely get support from Raila Odinga's supporters as well.
It will. At least before February 2025.
So if Raila Odinga is convinced to support an extension of term limits, it goes without saying that his supporters will back him as well.
His supporters and his legislators will support him. And we have seen them very active in this kind of measures, where in fact even for Adani, it is Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga himself who has come out publicly and said, this is a clean bill of health. In fact, I went to India, I visited Adani, they are doing, we cannot criminalize an agency that is doing good work. And, so people imagine that the moment Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga says that this thing is black, that this cup is black, then indeed it is very black. But yes, yet we know that it only has two colors, white and red. And then so the question then is, how do we sustain a citizen agency against some of these unprogressive measures that dent the constitution and governance, against such high level, highly motivating political support like the one that would come from Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. So in the event that President William Ruto speaks about this and his party, despite the reports that we have seen and we have read that they have distanced themselves from Senator Cherargei's bill, if they come out and say, we are in this extension of term limit, it doesn't matter whether it is 7 or 4. It doesn't matter whether it is for public interest or not. It doesn't matter whether it will boost trust in governance and government and all those elected officials. The moment they support it, unfortunately, Fred, it will pass, whether a majority of Kenyans vote against it or not.
There's that, according to a reporter, the fact that the government or the party, UDA, has not come out openly to declare their support for this. But we could read